Cheers. Hello. I believe the recording has begun. Let me just quickly check. Yes, the recording looks like it started. So, alright, I talked about this in my first two videos, but I wanted to make two playlists for my channel. Um, Simply because I made up a challenge for both the Survivor and the Killer role. So in this video, we're just going to talk about the Survivor challenge, and the Killer video will be posted, I hope, in just the following day, because these aren't too long of a video. I mean, it shouldn't really even take 10 minutes, so, or more, hopefully. But I'm gonna call these the Dead by Daylight Gauntlet challenges, a gauntlet for survivors and a gauntlet for killer. Um, Now, if you're not familiar, there's a website that I recently found. It is called DBD Builds. You know, DBD is short for Dead by Daylight, and it is called dbdbuilds.com. It has the ability to randomize survivor builds, and so, inspired by the randomization and a challenge series online done by popular YouTubers like Otts, Aaron, JRM, and Dowsy, called Hardcore Survivor, I came up with a challenge. So, similar to their play session, um, it's going to be for each survivor, they represent a life. Now you'll notice that I have 16 survivors. So 16 lives essentially. Um, but I will be using the randomized build on dbdbuilds.com to, for every, so the way this works is I'm going to first generate a random build with the following rules. I am allowed to replace one slot, whether that's item, add-on, offering, or perk. I'm allowed to replace one thing for something of my own choosing. And I am allowed to remove, not replace, just remove something, a slot. Because sometimes powers contradict each other and they don't really have uses or they can negate. So these replacements or removals will take place after randomizing. Um, and let me see. For the survivor role, my goal is to escape a certain number of trials equal to the amount of survivors I have before I die with the same number of builds. So another way of saying this is that I have 16 survivors. My goal is to escape 16 times with 16 unique builds. So, I am given a build. My goal is to escape with it. And if I can do that with 16 unique builds, I win. But if I lose all survivors first, I lose. Um, Now, the rules around dying is that once I generate a build, if I die to that build, it will carry over. Well, not guaranteed, sorry. I get the choice. I have the choice of carrying that build over into the next survivor, or I simply can just randomize again. That is a choice I can make. But yes, the objective with I have 16 lives. I have to escape with 16 unique builds. If I die before that happens, the challenge is over. And I have a similar. This is more simple than the killer role. It's a bit more in depth because they have different. Well, each killer's different. The survivors are all unique. And what adds to this kind of challenge is that, of course, I can pick which survivor I want to use. But my survivors, you'll notice, they aren't all like the same level, and they're pretty low level. That's because I don't play this game for an entire day ever. I can only withstand probably like 2 to 3 hours of a video game before my eyes just quit. And so you'll notice someone like Steve, he doesn't have I just unlocked all his perk slots and everything else is pretty much level 1. So I'm going to have a mixture of level 1, 2, 3 perks that I have to try dealing with in order to escape. I do have oh, and yes, I do have Hattie. But yeah, I'm just not I haven't bought too many other survivors simply because their perks don't really interest me. They don't jump out at me too much. So, yep, that's the challenge. I will be making a playlist called Survivor Gauntlet. Um and I hope that you all enjoy the following series.